message. It's hot. Have a little read through before we do anything. Let's have a look. The panic attack. This is one of the most least used weapons. The main culprit's because it's shit. It fights against the whole secondary slot idea because it's like queued and delayed, so you can't you use the secondary as a backup tool, don't you? Like, think of soldier. You'll hit them into the air with a rocket, and then you'll shotgun them to finish them off. So the panic attack was crap because you had to like think about it beforehand. So removing that invalidates the original design, so they've started over. Make the weapon immediately usable, so it's no longer going to be a beggar's bazooka, is it? Remove the last burst potential. Hard to balance, that's true. As it was, low health, high shot was like last resort kind of thing, but it didn't really work as last resort because if you were low on health, you'd be trying to run around and not like get people. And give it a unique design space. So they don't just want it to be a shotgun Mark II. So they're making it faster to switch to, so it's more of a secondary. So if I'm on soldier, I could switch to it. What's the switch speed normally? Like 1.2 seconds? They buffed it, didn't they? It's like half a second. You can switch to it like half a second, shoot it. 50% more pellets. Does that mean 50% more damage? Presumably, right? Like, the Force of Nature has, like, some amount more pellets and it does crap loads more damage. So maybe it means slightly more damage, but easier to hit, I guess? Because the more pellets? 30% less damage. Oh, so I guess it files around. So it's just meant to be easy to hit. I don't know what more pellets, less damage does. I guess it just means that it does the same if you hit them normally, but it's easier to hit, maybe, because there's more. Fires a wide, fixed shot pattern. Oh, so it's perpetually the same, like, no spread. Hello, Scrump. Scrump? Scump. Shot pattern grows with excessive shots, so it's a bit like a weird minigun, in a sense, while holding down the attack button, but resets after you stop firing. So if I were to run into someone and hold down left click, it would switch to it fast, and then fire loads of shots in a pattern that potentially gets bigger. I can get that, okay. I don't know why you wouldn't just left click, left click, left click to have the same shot pattern. Maybe there's like a timer? I'm going to ignore the spice stuff for now, because I want to think about it first. You use panic attack on offense, do you? Is it any good on offense as is? Because this looks like it might be decent. What else? Scout, Sandman. Everyone hates it because it stuns really shit. Yes, that's true. The ball has to travel really far as well to disarm people. Being hit by a long-range ball ends up feeling random. That's true. Long-range ball no longer removes their ability to fire their weapon, but they're still slowed. You updated achievement. It doesn't disarm them, does it? It doesn't, like, throw their weapon on the floor. That'd be a bit weird. No, I don't think it does that. Max range balls do more damage, so it does, like 30 damage? I don't know about that. Flight time to trigger the maxed effect. So basically, it's just a slow weapon, and it's still a bit of a stun, so it's still kind of bad. Bonk. It was designed to help them pierce... Yeah, you can go around sentries and shit with it. It does this good, but it doesn't take any skill. I think the bonk was fine. It was banned in 6s just because it's, like, disproportionately good to be able to flank for free. Or, like, / take damage. Like, you could run through a corridor, take all their bullets because they don't know you're using bonk. So they got rid of that. Apply a slow effect to the player after wearing off. That's what it always had, isn't it? Or did they remove that and then re-put it back in? Because there used to be a script. There used to be a script to get rid of that. There was a script that like smashed W really fast, so that slow effect did nothing. Based on the amount of damage they absorb. So if you take loads of damage with the bonk, you have a huge slowdown at the end, and it lasts for 5 seconds. Oh, that's really bad. The pocket pistol. It's one of the lower equipped items in the game. Not falling damage is not that important. That's true, and more damage taken is bad. I didn't even know you took more damage with the pistol. Make it less reliability and focus on a get health quick. So it now fires a bit faster. It only has 9 shots and you get health on clip. Like, it's still awful. Just run milk. Why would they ever not run milk?
I mean, like, in
Hello,
in
lol guy
6s
47.
at least, you can use it as a nice finisher, wouldn't you say?
No? Use the pistol.
But you can finish with this pistol as well, because it fires faster and you get some health back.
I don't know if I'll see it being used, like... Oh no, it fires faster. I thought it fired slower. Maybe they changed that.
No, it fires faster. It fires faster.
So it's a bit like another winger.
Yeah, if you track well with this, I mean, I can see this being
This could
another
potentially
option
be
for
used.
scouts and 6s. Yeah.
Like, as it what? Like 7 health on hit is like, I don't know.
You got 9 shots, so you can get up to 63 health if you hit them all.
I just don't like having less shots in a pistol because it's good for spam at long range. You don't expect to hit a lot of shots, so getting like another 14 health doesn't. I don't know. I think I'd rather the jump speed from the winger still. Criticola. The last change was this to make it less, to make it more shit. Goal to make it a more decision thought to when to activate. Each attack when active adds mark to death debuff. So wait, when you use the Criticola, you're not marked to death by default. You no longer have the speed bonus. Oh wait, they got rid of mini crits on the Criticola, really? Like before?
Yeah.
It only had minus 10% health taken. Oh, that makes it like really broken. And then they've changed that to make it so you get marked for death. Just change it back to the original Criticola where it did mini crits and... Or make it so it deals more damage, but you take mini crits. Hello, Joan Nufka, Mr. Demo Man. If you don't get 600 DPM every game, you'll suck. Yeah, we have to get on that. Atomizer. Triple jump is really strong. Yes, it's very strong. Goal. Make it so to deploy the bat, take... Oh! Yeah, that's fine. Make it so the atomizer, you have to have it out.
Yeah, you have to hold out the bat.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Atomizer as it was 100% you have to use it if you're thinking about it. Like, triple jump was broken. Removed self-inflicted damage. Oh. Removed attack speed penalty. Melee attacks while airborne mini crit. 50% deploy time to prevent switch time bypass. That's good that they thought about that, because otherwise I'd just have it on mouse wheel down and mouse wheel up to the pistol. So if I wanted to jump, I'd like quickly mouse wheel down to do my jump and then mouse wheel up to fix it. But if they're giving you a slowdown, maybe I wouldn't do that. And reduce the damage penalty. So it's basically just atomizer as it always should have been. The guillotine or the guillotine. It's really easy because it's just loads and loads of burst damage for free. Yes. Make it less random. Please do that. So they removed crit against stun players, and mini crits at long range, and they made it so long range hits reduce recharge. Okay, so it's just a spam weapon rather than something that will one-shot you.
Fast enough, though.
1.5 seconds down. Distance, long range is
like
half
5
of the
seconds?
previous value. So I bet long range of this is like granary mid, so I could just stand at one end and spam it. I don't know about that. I'm gonna do the spice stuff last, because like... I don't know how many people are looking at the announcement and stuff, so that's probably the bit most people want to see me talk about, so I'll leave that until the end. Soldier, base jumper. They complain that the base jumper's frustrating to fight against because the target's too hard to hit. No! there's like floating in the air, not at all. Reduce the amount of air control by 50%, okay. Remove the ability to redeploy the parachute once retracted, okay. I didn't know the base jumper needed reworking, I thought it was like fine where it was. The issue was that like sentries would shoot below you, or something. Mantreads, the second least used item in the game. The aerial minigame is difficult and the gunboats are superior. Yes. The push reduction includes air blast. Oh, that's nice. And 200% air control while rocket jumping. Oh, I like that. I want to see that on like jump maps. Do you think they're going to make any jump maps out of that 200% air control? Because there's jump maps
also
for
the air blast reduction.
That's huge. I hate air blasts. Like to play against, it's annoying. I don't know why it wouldn't already include air blast. I thought it did. But do you think there's like base? There's what's the fast rocket launcher called? The
Liberty launcher.
No, the one that like you load up after getting frags. It's like the Islander.
Oh,
yeah, the airstrike. There's airstrike jump maps where you get like a full charged airstrike and infinite ammo, and you like jump with that. It's fun. So I wonder if there's going to be any air control ones, because that would be fun to see. I like those. Mantreads are best for strafing. I don't know if it'll make much of a difference, but it sounds like it'll be a lot of fun to use with a rocket jumper. You know. Danger shield. Snipers with this had to use it. They removed the increased survivability. Oh, thank God. So they've made the danger shield actually like not trash. Because as it was, you run it for free, basically. So now it's just to stop pyros from pissing off at them. So no afterburn immunity and fire resist. I like that. That's good. I don't know what else they would have done other than just going back to plus 25 health, because the versus sniper thing was stupid. Because it worked before, because you had to use the Sydney Sleeper with it, so you couldn't deal headshots, and then they made it so you could run it all the time, and it was like, oh. So I don't know, I'm fine with the danger shield being changed. That might be removed now and actually run, especially now the Razorback's a bit crap by the looks of it. Remove the effectiveness of pocketed snipers, because it happens in competitive play. Oh, they actually know Highlander exists. Isn't that amazing?
Yes, they do.
Added 100% overheal penalty. And regenerates after 30 seconds. Goodbye, Razorback snipers.
Goodbye.
I guess that coincides with the spy stuff, but like I said earlier, but I had like 2 viewers because I was playing PUBG. My thoughts on what they should have done with the Razorback is make it so you get like roughly half overheal-ish with it, and it's slow to get. My thoughts are, if you're being pocketed by a medic, you have exactly 151 health. So if a sniper headshots you, you survive on 1 health. But the medic has to overheal you constantly. He has to be on you. If the medic stops to overheal a demo for half a second, you go down to 150, could be one shot. And you have a slower build-up, and so you can't just sit there and, you know, be healed consistently. But, like, as it is, that's just, like, trash now. Like, minus 100% overheal penalty. Like, I wouldn't even run that in 6s. Like, the SMG's pretty strong. For fighting, like, people that run at you while you're reloading, but, like, that's just bad. Like, no overheal. Maybe in pubs you could use that more, because it recharges faster. They want it to go from being a competitive weapon to being a pub weapon, right? Because as it was, like, no one runs it in pubs unless they're not really thinking about it. Like, I ran it in pubs because I don't really think about it, but, like, most people run, like, Girati or something. Because you get smashed, you get hit once with a knife, and then that's it, and pubs have more than one spy. But that's fine. Like, Razorback, I'd rather they didn't do it like that, because now it's useless in competitive. Maybe not on, like, CP maps when he's not with a combo, but, like, I don't know, like, most spies already run gun as is. I think more people are going to use, like, Girati. Girati they didn't do anything with, so, like, Girati was already being used quite a bit. Oh, that's scary. Vitasaur, Ubercharge on death is too valuable. Yes, that's true. Change the weapon so it's no longer the same. Added organs collecting concept. You hit someone with a saw and out pops a vital organ which you take and hold. Each hit with the Vitasaur harvests their organs. On death, preserve 15% Ubercharge. Up to 60% per organ harvested. Oh, that's gross. That's great. That's like that's a very TF2 weapon. I like that. I don't know why I'd use it over the Ubersaur still, because just getting 25% Uber that life, I'd prefer to dying, but that'll be fun to do just for a bit of piss around in pubs, I think. Go and collect organs. Imagine that. Ah, I like that. Again, it's basically made the Vitasaur useless, I'd say, because having to hit people... Although then again, I guess you just only have to hit someone with your melee once to get the same effect as the old one, right? Maybe. I'm not sure how to think about that. I'll have to come back to that, because the Ubersaur as is like very strong. I like that though. Organ farming. Hello, Cerny. How do I feel about the Ambi being bad? I'm going to get onto that later when I have like more viewers, because then more people will hear my shocked and appalled reaction to how they changed the weapon I've used for so long. So they've also changed the crossbow. Oh, bolt healing is very high and significantly out heals the medigun. Yes, yes. Arrows made pushing off heals like pointless. Given the trade-offs, risk versus reward. No. If you ask someone to stand still, you'll like hit all of those. There's like almost no drop on it. It's also the fastest way to build Ubercharge. Yes, they made it so the crits was useless, almost, because crits used to be, oh no, I died, I need Uber fast. And then it was like, oh, I can also like hit my soldier across the map and get Uber in like 25 seconds or something. So they've changed it. Ubercharge rate reduced in the same way the Medigun's healing is based on the last time they're in combat. So they didn't change the healing, I guess. They just changed the Uber gain rate.
They just changed the Ubercharge. That's basically
no,
it. No,
they need to make it so it heals less. Like, as it is, say you're on...
It's good for a burst heal, though.
No, but it's too good. Like, I don't think you should be able to just, like... For example, I'm thinking of Badlands Middle. You push through choke, big old middle section, right? You send your scout up, both your scouts, each with 185, to just rush them on the pillars, or on the train carts. And then you just shoot your scout for full health across the map, and you can spam it for free while healing for free over and over and over again. I always thought it was like really, really stupid, especially when you're playing against. If you hit scout on the feet and then knock him in the air, you expect him to die. You've just got a nice air shot. Not if the medic hits him. He just turns around and like one shots you. So I don't know. Making it so you can't like spam build Uber is fine. It's basically just crit heals, but with an Ubercharge on the crossbow. I think that's too niche of a change. I think they needed to make it so you heal, like, way less. Like, 110 health or whatever at long range is, like, quite a lot. They should have made it, like, 50 or something, so you have to hit 2 arrows on your soldier. You know, stay there for long enough, you get full heals. As it is now, he has to pause for half a second to get max health. I don't know. We'll have to see how that changes. I don't know if it makes too much of a difference. Miniguns. Changes. The 1 second damage and penalty now applies to the first second of spun-up time, whether or not he's firing. Oh, wonderful. That's how it was. That's how everyone thought it was when the patch came out, wasn't it? They were like, you know, now I have to spin up before going around the corner, and then it turns out you had to be shooting, so it like completely removed any stealth elements. Accuracy and damage penalties now reset when the Hemi spins down. I like that. They should have changed that ages ago, to be honest. Vitasaur blows, by the way. Yeah, I imagine, like... Gloves of Running Urgently. Speed is used to balance his health. Oh, so they're going to make Gloves of Running Urgently not banned in 6s/overused in matchmaking.
Mm-hmm.
Speed is used to balance his high health. Yes, that's true. And the gloves completely outdid that. And then they made it so that you lost health, and then they just used it to build Uber. So they changed it so you got mini crits, so people started running other things. Max health is drained while active at 10 a second. So it's exactly back to how it used to be. Health will now only regenerate the amount drained while active. No, but that was better than the mini crits because your medic built Uber on rollout. I guess I like that because heavy jumping maps, Chocobo. Heavy jumping maps. Remember those?
Oh my
Rusky
god.
Doo's heavy jumping maps.
Heavy jumping maps.
That removed marked while they did. Every time they're deployed, the drain rate is accelerated for a period of time. So when you pull them out immediately to just get a short speed boost, presumably you lose a lot more health than if you have it out for a long time. I like that. Heavy jumping maps was my favourite thing. No, it just says max health is drained while item is active at -10 a second. I think it was at like -2 before. -10's quite a lot. But for the sake of jumping maps, heavy jumping maps, I don't know if I can bring up a YouTube video. I'm going to try and find one. They're like old. They're old videos. Come on, YouTube. Heavy jumping maps. No, not soldier. Heavy. Fuck. It's just coming up with like clickbait videos. Wait, can I, how do you remove your bookmarks bar again? Maybe do. View, toolbars, bookmarks bar. There we go. Now I'm safe with having that on the screen. Heavy jumping. No, it's not that. TF2. Jump edge bug. It was Rusky Doo that did them, right? I think Rusky Doo did them. Rusky Doo heavy jump map. No, it's just coming up with Minecraft. Rusky Doo. What happened to Rusky Doo? He didn't delete his channel, did he? Rusky Doo TF2. There he is. Him and his beautiful face. Wonderful man. Shit, it will be fight down the bottom, won't it? Soviet suppression. Oh, don't. I could swear he had a video on it from like ages ago. What other heavies were around? Who was your American heavy?
Carl?
Carl did loads of shit, didn't he? Does Carl have a... He does, doesn't he?
Carl does.
He does upward reviews,
he's
doesn't
online
he?
right now.
Carl Sagan.
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
does.
Look, maybe he has a heavy jumping video. I don't know why I can't find them. They didn't just delete them, did they?
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't do heavy jumping though. But...
No, but it was like 5 years ago. Oh, they've all gone. If someone can link one to me, please let me know. Next video, TF2 jumping maps. Yeah, just think of the amount of views I could get. All of the 40. Let's get those weeb shit off the screen. Anyway, Gru. They've made the Gru fun to use on another map. I don't know if it's changed at all for Highlander, like not in the slightest. No idea. Whatever. Let's turn that up. Eviction notice. Health is drained while active. And health will regenerate while holstered. It will only... So the eviction notice is like a smaller Gru, but you get your health... So it's good for like solo play, I guess, the eviction notice now. Where you run around, you lose like 150 health, you hide behind a wall for like 20 seconds, you get all your health back. But it won't be used as a sandwich, because you only regenerate what you lost.
No.
I like that. That's a smart change.
Yeah.
That's a smart change. I still want them to add bleed, because it makes so much sense, but, you know... Fists of Steel. The downside of increased melee damage never came into play. No, but it did because you could butter knife for like 93 or something. It was so good. And when a medic... Yeah, but it was a bit broken. Like, you could push the cart forever with that. They added less... 40% overheal reduction while active. And 40% healing penalty while active. Okay, so... for example, I'm trying to think. The other day on that Steel game I was casting, there was a heavy and a medic... No, it was a Steel game I was actually playing. There was a heavy and medic holding on E on Steel. He was healing the heavy with the fists out, and he perpetually had 450, so anytime someone jumped him, he'd have 450. So this would have meant that our sniper could have sniped him twice, and the heavy would have to put away his fists for a couple of seconds, thus removing his... you know, his damage penalty. Okay, I understand that. Like, Fist of Steel, so it means you can't be pocketed. You get 450, then you go sit on the cart. You can't sit on the cart perpetually. The eviction notice do more damage. I think so, yeah. It removed the damage vulnerability, and presumably it still shoots, like, what, 30% faster or something, right? And do you still get that speed boost when you whack someone? Maybe. Engineer, Rescue Ranger. This is your bit. The ability to repair buildings from range... I can actually pull my mumble in here so you can see Chickaboo. It doesn't have my the IP in this mumble window, does it? It just says player unknown sex dungeon. No one's going to know what that means, it's fine. This totally isn't my secret mumble with just Chickaboo in it.
it's totally not secret.
There we go. Thank God for always on top. The Windows thing everyone should own, where you press Control Space and it forces that window to stay on top forever. You should get that. It's useful. Anyway, Engineer. The ability to just spam from range with the Rescue Ranger is broken because you can do it perpetually forever. They've now made it so you get a bit of metal, a 4-to-1 health to metal ratio. So healing 60 damage costs 15 metal. Oh, that's fine. So, what Sentry has, like, what, 215 health or something? What is it?
216 at level 3.
216. So, to heal a Sentry to full health would cost, like, 60 to 100 metal, varying, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Which,
perfectly reasonable.
By the way, if you whack it with a wrench, like a stock
how much
wrench
does
on
it
a jag, that's 100 metal, up to 100 metal used to repair
I
it.
get that. That makes sense. That's in a good space.
It's the same. It's the same as a metal whack. You just got to be a little more careful about your dispenser. And,
oh yeah, because you use it to heal your dispenser from range. Like, you know, you're on upward, you're holding on the cliff. You use it just occasionally shoot your dispenser for a bit of healing, but you do that and you lose all your metal now.
Well, that's okay, because if we're talking about, you're thinking upward first,
I'm thinking upward
right?
first. You have your Sentry on the back of the hill.
There's a max ammo pack right down
No,
there.
no, no.
Walk
On
over.
the cliff. I mean, I'm putting up our paint. Here's the amazing drawing I was doing during PUBG. Ooh, center build. Well, EG whiz partner. Okay, let's put you to the side for now. Go down there. Go down there. There we go. We had a really amazing PUBG thing where we were on a military base for like 20 minutes and I got bored and drew that. So you're on upward, right? There's the tunnel there.
Yeah.
There's the cliff.
Oh, the dispenser on top of the tunnel, right?
There's the cliff. You know, here is the little house where the medic holds with the full ammo pack. Oh, I'm drawing this awfully. There's the staircase going up top. I'm trying to draw this in such a way that you can see it all. This is the full ammo pack. Forgive my drawing. That's the full ammo pack down there in whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know if you can understand this drawing. I don't think anyone can understand this drawing. This is the pit of death. This is where your sentry normally is. Pew, 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 pew. Sentry, sentry, sentry. Sometimes your dispenser's in here, you know, like that. And then sometimes your teleporter's like here, yeah? That's roughly what you do, right? So you'll be sitting here, whacking away. Let's get his hand out. Whacking away, pew, 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 pew. And then a soldier will shoot a rocket here and deal like 2 damage to your dispenser. And you'll quickly go, oh no, I don't like that. And you'll go, pew. And you'll heal your dispenser for like, you know, +5 or whatever. But now you have to be careful about that because the ammo pack's like all the way down there. So if you want to go pick up that ammo pack to get more metal back, the spy will just come from here and be like, ho ho ho, my dead ringer doesn't work, so I'm using the knife now, and then sap it and be like, he'll put his little beret on, then he'll go, hon, and then he'll just run off. Off he goes. And you'll be like, oh no! Wait, how do I... Oh no! Not like this! And I'm going to draw a big penis on the screen. There we go. Get rid of that. Actually, I want to save this because I've got that amazing drawing.
I like the trails, like you just...
You hold down shift in paint if you want to know how to do that. You hold down shift.
Yeah. That is a thing. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that was highly educational, and I see what you mean, but I still feel like this Rescue Ranger nerf is not a big deal.
No, I think that's what it should have always been. Don't look at my images. What it should have always
been, and you can get the same amount of heals from just one wrench whack. So.
Anyway, I'm gonna go read the spy stuff because I've left that to last. There's not too much. Like, they didn't do any on demo, did they? Scout.
No, nothing here at least. There still might be more.
Okay, I'm gonna read the spy stuff. I've left it long enough. The Ambassador. Players headshot from across the map are normally expecting to see a sniper in their death cam, but they often see a spy with a revolver and 1,300 hours in the game on that class. Goal: reduce the effective range to something more reasonable and effective with the spy. Changes: first shots are no longer perfectly accurate. Bullet spread is instead reduced by 50%. This makes them less reliable at long range, but very viable at close and medium range. This is very bad. Do you want me to explain why in a short drawing? Give me a second.
Oh yes, please. I like your drawing.
I don't know if the drawing was even showing. Was the drawing showing up in OBS? It will have been, won't it? This is Toho. So this is the spy. This is my spy. We're gonna draw my spy. He's gonna be like, hoo hoo! Here's my nice hat. Hoo hoo! Nice hat over there. Here's my gun that I've spent literally like a year, a couple of years just using. 40,000 fragarinos.
Nice.
And then there's a man all the way in the distance like this, like, whoo! Ooh, like this. Oh, I'm just going to stand in the open. And then you go, you squint your eyes like this. Like this. You squint a little bit and you aim. And then you go, pew. Wait, I've got a better idea. Here's the bullet. You shoot and you go, pew. And then a little 102 appears like that. And you're like, woohoo, very happy. Like a happy face. I hit that headshot. Now I have to do that again. Let's do that. There we go. Now I've just done it twice, and I deserved that frag, because I aimed it hard at long range, and I thought, oh, I'm going to spend years practicing. Oh, I got him. And then he's like, oh, you little shit. Shit. Use the l'étranger. Please. And then I'm just like, no. I have fun with my gun. My gun. There we go. There you go. So that's my thoughts. And what they've done now is like, instead of that, it's just like me being like, you know, in one timeline, this happens. Let's zoom out and draw the timelines. One timeline, this happens. And then the other timeline, this happens. And he's just like, wait a sec. This is Prem Sniper Cloudy. So this is going to be Cloudy. I can't remember what he looks like. He's like, oh, I have a long sniper rifle with more frags than your hours in the game. And he's just going to turn around and be like, haha! You miss. You bad. D. You baddie. That's what he says. And then he just turns around and one-shots you for 150. And you're like, oh no! So there you go. That's my thoughts on it. They removed the skill ceiling on like one of the highest skill ceiling weapons in the game, other than like the sniper rifle and like the rocket launcher, you know? So, pretty bad. What I think they should have done is made it so it only has like 3 shots or something. You know? Like, or, you know, make it so it does less body shot damage, or make it so it does... You're picking up health packs heals you for half as much, or you can't be overhealed, or you run slower with it out, or something, you know? Like, they could have done literally anything but reduce the skill ceiling on this weapon. Hitting someone at super long range, that's not easy. You have to practice for a long time doing that. You know, you have to practice for a long time, and now it's just like, oh, you know, half the time you're just gonna XCOM to him and, you know, do that. So he's a bit like, oh. And then it comes into close range, there'll be even more RNG, because normally you hit one guaranteed headshot. You know, you're on Lakeside, there's a sniper here with his sniper rifle, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna shoot him once and then body shot him. There's still a chance you'll miss, unless you shove the gun up his nose, in which time he'll turn around and just 150 you. That's awful. They shouldn't have done that. They practices 2 weeks and masters the ambi. I don't know, that's dreadful. I'm gonna go read the other stuff, because that's awful. Like, they didn't need... They could have done anything else but reduce the skill ceiling. Seriously, like... like, they could remove the Dead Ringer and the ambi would still be fun. But they basically have in a way. Feign is interesting, but the spy can use it as a frequent way to make it frustrating to play against. Yes, the Dead Ringer is like the easiest thing in the game, so you need to remove the speed buff, remove the icicle buff, make it so you take 75% less, and make it so you can't regen. What have they actually done? They've done fuck all to the speed, which was the easy part of it. You know, they used to be you used to have to think, oh, I've been shot, where's the ammo pack I can go to, reach, and not be shot at? And then they added a speed boost, so you could literally just run across the map for free. And then they had icicle resistance or something, fire resistance, that was awful. Instead, they've made it so ammo kits and dispensers no longer refill the cloak meter, presumably also the cart. So, like...
Yep, that's a dispenser, basically.
Yeah, that's like... It's like a hidden level 2 one or something, isn't it? Level 1?
Mm-hmm.
So the Dead Ringer's, like, still, like, I don't know, I don't really care. Like, I could not care if they removed the Dead Ringer, to be honest. Like, it is one of the easiest weapons in the game. Here's the spy...
You still have the speed boost.
The speed boost. They should have just removed the speed boost. Do you know what I would do with the Dead Ringer? Here's the spy over here with his big biceps. He's like, oh, I'm thinking really hard about this. There we go. You know what they should have done? They should have just made it so... Here's the Dead Ringer. Here's the current one, right? It's like... Sped. Let's make that big. Speed fast. Fire hot. No fire now. That's what they've done. Haha, damage. More like Natai. There we go. This is the current one, right? Do you know what they've done? They've just crossed this out. What they should have done is crossed this and this out and made this slightly better. You know? And then it would just be the old one, but not the super old one where it took 4 Brass Beast Heavies with crits to kill you. The one after that nerf, where if they kept shooting you, you'd lose your cloak. That was fine. The speed boost was just like... It just made him too big down here. We can't have that. We can't have that at all.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if you've been watching any of this, but it's, you know...
I have.
Okay, let's go back to drawing. This is what they've done with the ambi. So we're going to draw the ambi. It's like this. It's like... Comes a little bit back there. Like a little bit out here. It's got a picture of a nude woman on it. Like that. Oh shit. Image properties. There's a lewd image. There we go. So this is the ambi right now. As it was. Oh shit. No, don't save that. 102. Haha! That's it. 102. Ha ha ha. Body shot good too. Fun use. Also take time to learn. So what they did was they removed this bit right here. That bit right there. And then they also got rid of that. And then they got rid of that. And they replaced it with, like... What's the shit emoji look like? Shit emoji. Smit emoji. Here we go. Ooh. They've done this, basically. Put that there. And here's Valve over here. They're like... Ooh! Haha! And then a little middle finger like that. So they removed the skill cap, basically. That's what I'm saying. I'm not happy with that. The Dead Ringer, though, that was the most stupidest change. They could nerf it in so many other ways. The Eternal Reward. This is the least used spy knife. No, but it's incredibly fun and it's already filling a really fine niche. It's, you know, it's really, you know, it's high risk, relatively low reward, but incredibly satisfying to use. So what have they done? They've made it so you can now disguise for free, but it uses all of your cloak meter. And they've made it so it drains faster. So they've made it so it's a knife that you... They want to make it so you have to use it with the Dead Ringer again, maybe, but like... It now... So presumably with the Invis watch, it's normally what, like 12 seconds with the Electron J? 6 seconds without, with this now, I guess? Slash, what, 8-9 seconds without the Electron J? So 4-second cloak time on stock with your Eternal Reward. But you can disguise now. I don't know about that. What they should have done is make it so, like, if you... I don't know. What they could have done is they could have made it so disguising removes, like, a crap load of your health. Or you get one free disguise after... Like, well, just leave it as it was. It was fine. Or butter knife kills. Make it so butter knife kills also gives you the disguise. Because, like...
Yeah, that would be good.
It would be so much fun. They could have made that the butter knife. You know?
The butter knife knife, yes.
Or they could have made it so killing someone with your gun gives you their ability or something, like, relatively useless, but it would have been quite fun. Instead, they made it so it's now crap with the invis, but you can disguise? Like, that's awful. They just removed the skill ceiling on a fun little side grade weapon, right? So 4-second cloak time is very short. Like, that's... The normal invis is enough time to walk up swift water with the cloak with the Electron J. You can get about 2/3 up without the Electron J. With 4 seconds, I don't even think you could go up bad water to the rocks. I think that's like a 6-7 second walk. So I don't know. You have to sit in the corner with a cloak and dagger forever, or something. So I don't know about that. I don't think they needed to change the Eternal Reward at all, unless they wanted to add little fun things like butter knife and shot kills or something. I don't know. 4-second cloak. That's an awful idea. Remove that. Just don't make it affect the cloak at all. There's no reason to use it for fun now, really. It in the Kun as it was with the knives, right? Stock knife, best overall knife. It's got no downsides. It does what it says on the tin. That's it. You use it to backstab someone and get away. There's nothing. Spicicle. It's very good for shooting people because if you don't use your knife much, it's got like an upside where afterburn reduction basically. And then some other little things like the icicle doesn't really make a difference. But anyway, that was fine. If you didn't like 1 or 2 was fine. The big earner was like the stabby people knife. It was crap at first, and no one used it, and then they made it kind of good, and some people really like it. I still don't because I think 100 health is like really bad, but some people argue otherwise. And then the kunai and the Eternal Reward were like the fun little side grade knives you run to like piss around, use them in pubs. or you use them if you're just wing around in an official. Like I use the kunai sometimes because it's really fun. And then they buffed the kunai to hell for some reason, so you get 210 health and you only started with like 70 or 90 or something, so it was like broken. Not broken, but it was good for no reason. I don't know why they changed the Eternal Reward. They should have just left that. I don't know. So I guess that's really most of it. As it said at the top, these are not a complete list of changes. Some stuff is still being worked on, so presumably they might try to do something with, like, I don't know if they're going to do anything with the soda popper, but I really hope they do. Like, as it is, like, it's very good. They shouldn't leave the ambi where it is, I think, as someone who uses the shit out of it. I think, like, if they wanted to nerf it, just make it so you have, like, 2 or 3 shots. So you have to hit your shots. Or make it so body shots do less, so you have to hit your shots. You know, keep the skill ceiling high while raising the floor. DR nerf, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Just pop it less. You know, they should have just to actually nerf the Dead Ringer, the actual weapon. Make it so there's no speed boost, or less of a speed boost, or get rid of that fire resistance because that's just a pointless buff. Like, it's good for no reason. I don't know. As I see it, I don't see why I wouldn't just run the revolver now. You know, that thing does a lot of damage. I might as well just not play the class as I always have and play it in one specific playstyle because they've removed one of them now. Like, adding RNG to a weapon I think is an awful way to balance it, if you know what I'm getting at. Like, I want to be able to practice for a long time to be able to kill someone from across the range with a gun that takes a lot of effort. I don't want it to be just sometimes you'll miss because RNG. You know, that's why competitive servers disable RNG bullet shots. They make it so everything always has that pattern like this. So, you know, you're playing Scout, you want those shots to always hit in those same sections. You don't want them to randomly all group to the left while you're shooting someone on the right. It's just like, that's an awful way to balance something, is RNG. They've done nothing to the damage, they've done nothing to anything that takes skill. They've just lowered the ceiling and kept the floor where it is, basically. What they should have done is either kept the ceiling where it was and raised the floor, or raised the ceiling and raised the floor even more. Because, like, where the ambi was, is like, if I'm going to get pictures of the spy's revolvers, there's, like, the stock, like that, black revolver stock. That's got, you know, a decent ceiling and a decent floor. It's very acceptable. Well, if I actually pull them together, that's the average. Decent ceiling, maybe a higher floor than something else. The L'Étranger, the little Pewy gun, like that. Little L'Étranger. That thing, fairly low ceiling, I'd say. There's not much you can do with it beyond what it's made for, really. But the floor, I'd also say, is very acceptable. If you're new to the game, I would just say use the L'Étranger, you don't have to think about it, yeah? The ambi was like, if you zoom out, it was like the ceiling was like up here, and then the floor was like here. So you had people in this section practicing with the ambi to go up there, and then you had people in this section doing awfully with the ambi, but still trying to work their way up. People in this section who should have been perhaps using the other weapons, but they didn't want to because they were having fun and they wanted to aim up at the top. Instead, what they've done is, like, they've just yanked this down, like, here. I'd say the ambi's worse than revolver now. Like, you don't use the revolver at long range because there's bullet spread. Yeah? Like...
I guess you have to dust off your
Wait.
there,
Does that only say the Ambassador has no bullet spread in the first shot? That means the revolver's better at range than the ambi, because the revolver you wait 1.2 seconds and you can deal 22 damage. So, like, why there's no... In short range you use the revolver, because it does 60, 60, 60, 60, instead of the ambi's 102, 40, 40, 40, 40.
Wait a minute.
There's almost no reason to use it now, because there's just RNG that will fuck you up sometimes.
This is the best update to have in the Kazul.
Kazul the revolver man, yeah.
Kazul the revolver man.
So
as I think about it, he doesn't really care about any of this. Wow.
Kazul probably doesn't really care.
He feels so validated now, running revolver.
So, my thoughts on the update. My thoughts on the update overall. Panic attack, wonderful. That sounds like fun. Having it as a backup weapon that's fast to switch to sounds like fun. Why not? It's got a cool little mechanic. Don't know how it's going to be. Ambi, don't do that. Stop that immediately. You've taken the ceiling and you've dropped it through the floor. You know, ceiling here, floor there, you've just done that. So don't do that. Make it so if you want to nerf it, make it so it either has less shots, you have maybe even less health, you get less health back, less overheal, less speed with it out, you're stupid, like you can't jump as high, like limit your mobility. I don't know, like, it's anything but lowering the ceiling. Dead Ringer, nerf it, please. It's very strong, it's very easy to use. It's not necessarily that it's strong, it's just that it's brain dead. So if I put the Invis Watch on that kind of floor ceiling thing, you've got the Invis Watch here. It's got a really ridiculously high ceiling because it's literally just game sense is the ceiling. Cloak and Dagger, I'd argue, it can be anywhere. It's really arguable where the ceiling is. It could be above, it could be below that. But the floors, you know, it's hard to think about the Cloak and Dagger. It's a really hard weapon. And then the Dead Ringer was like, the ceiling was like here, and the floor was like down there in hell. So, you know, you just run the Dead Ringer to piss around. What they should do, instead of making it so you recharge it slower, they should have just made it so there's less of a speed boost, not speed boost. Get rid of that fire resistance, just do that. Make it so you have to think about it again, because that's what they got rid of. But still nerf it. Dead Ringer, like, that does need to be nerfed, to be honest. Your Eternal Reward, don't do that. Like, if you want to mess around with it and keep it as a fun little way-around weapon, make it so, you know, killing someone with a butter knife gives you the disguise, because right now you have to get a backstab. And maybe if you want, make it so killing someone with your gun gives you the disguise, or, you know, gives you a chance to get the disguise or something. Just keep it fun. Don't do this. This reduced cloak drain. That's a nerf for no reason. That's a nerf right there. The increased cloak drain. If they put that on the Spicicle, you'd never use the Spicicle again. So I don't know why they put that on a knife that was already underused. So yeah. Sandman, just thank you. You don't need stun. Get rid of that. Thank you. That's good. If I were to change it, I still don't like speed down. It doesn't get used that much, so it's not as huge of a deal, but you could replace it with, like, you know, mark them for death if you hit them with it, mark them for death longer if you hit them at longer range, I don't know. Because that would synchronize with mini crits doing more damage across range, I don't know. Still don't like speed down as a mechanic, but thank God they got rid of the stun. Anyway, bonk. I don't know why they've changed the bonk to how it used to be, but kind of worse. Like, when it came out, I think, you got a speed down after you finished drinking it. And then they got rid of that because it made the weapon kind of useless, and now they've brought that back. So you run at, like, I don't know, like, pyro speeds, I guess, just after you've used it and taken loads of damage, maybe? I don't know about that. Pocket pistol, Chickabo seems to think it might be fun.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm thinking more like
I do know
from Highlander, you got the milk.
I do know the revolvers already have a tight cone, but I'm talking about like super long range where you don't just RNG headshot people across the map. If you do, you like shit yourself because it's really lucky. If you practice for like over 1,000 hours to get good at doing something from super long range with a really niche weapon, they shouldn't just remove that ability. They should make it harder for you to get that based off of RNG. Of all things, RNG is the big deal. It's bullet spread. If they could do anything, make it so as a player you have more of a disadvantage from where you are. So, you know, less health, less speed, less whatever. Anything that doesn't, you know, if I shoot someone across the map, they should hit them. Competitive maps, competitive soldiers, they remove spread for a reason because it makes it bullshit. You know, you practice forever on the scattergun, and then in the actual official, all your bullets kind of clump to the left a bit. That's why they get rid of that, so you can actually practice it with it always going the same place. Anyway, pocket pistol, that could be fun, whatever. It's another version of the winger, but you get health instead of a jump speed. I don't know if I'll use it, but it could be fun. You hit all 9 of your shots, you get like 9 times 7, Chickabo, come on, don't do this to me. Like
9 times 7
63. Yeah. I wasn't doing my finger thing, I promise.
Yeah.
63. So you get like half your health back if you hit all your shots. Maybe. Still run milk, to be honest, but if this is allowed in 6s and the milk isn't, I guess I'd consider running that. Criticola, God knows what they've done there. Yeah, getting rid of the speed boost was good. Fine, we'll see how that plays out. Atomizer, good. Just Atomizer, I like that. Make it so you have to have it out to use it. This basically makes it the same as a Boston Basser jump. But easier, I guess. Flying Guillotine, removing the crits, is great, because while it was fun to mess around with, it was also annoying to be on the other end of, because, like, you just take all of your health for no reason. So, I don't know, it's already a spam weapon as is. Plus having Bleed, which, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever like the Guillotine playing against it. Just, like, having a spammable weapon on Scout at long range that does something like Afterburn is, like, I don't know. Base Jumper? I don't know. I don't know if the base jumper needed a nerf. This argument about it being too hard to hit against, they basically just sit still, don't they? Like, that shouldn't be an issue. I don't know about the nerf. I don't think it needed that, but maybe I'm just not playing games where people use the base jumper. Mantreads, sure, why not? Yeah. That air control that could have some fun jump maps or something, I like that. Why not? You could also add something silly, like, you know, less afterburn if they want to go down this pyro path. Maybe 50% less afterburn or something. Useless, really useless, but, you know, I don't know. That's fine that they're buffing that. Danger Shield, that's a good rework. Working it down the pyro path, I like that. The headshot thing was broken. Razorback, it needed a nerf, but, like, that's too much. That's never going to be used in competitive. They've made it from a competitive secondary to a pub secondary, basically. Because you're not going to get overhealed anyway, and there's going to be more than one spies, so that's literally a pub rework. What they could have done, if they don't want to leave it like this, is made it so, as I said earlier, if a medic has his click on you permanently, you have 151 health, so like half overheal, and it's slow to get to, but if he walks away for a second, you get headshot and you'll die. So the medic has to permanently have on you, and then you'll be survived on 1 health, and it means that if the other sniper's running the SMG, he could just quickly switch the SMG and fire a perfect shot at you. So, you know what I mean? Make it so that the surviving headshot is purely based off the medic permanently pocketing you, and then you're only left on 1 health anyway, so it's not hard to deal on.
I have a statement from Jill from Valve about the Emperor.
Is it about the tight cone?
They're actively posting. Yeah, it's the tight cone one.
It's RNG. Please don't balance anything about RNG.
Yeah,
it's no RNG. Just remove. RNG should not be a balancer from the ceiling. They shouldn't make the skill ceiling move ever. It should stay perfectly still. RNG just makes the skill ceiling and floor wiggle around. So just rework it in a way that's not RNG. That's it. You know, like less bullets, anything like that. Or make it so if you have it out, maybe you take mini crits or something. So if someone spots you, they can spam the hell out of you. Or, you know, or make it reload super slow and you only have like 1 shot, so it's like the golden gun. So it really is like a hard weapon to use. Yeah, I think that would still make it kind of bad, but that'd be kind of fun to mess around with. All guns have RNG, deal with it. I don't know, like, you go play 6s, the rocket launcher, 0 RNG. Shotgun, 0 RNG.
If you want guns with 0 RNG, you can also go to, like, CSGO.
Yeah, you could play CSGO. It has a predictable spread.
Yeah.
The Ambi's not a fast weapon, it's a slow weapon. The Scout in CSGO... Make it so when you jump you get a 100% shot, so it's like the Scout from CS. That'll be awesome. Oh, it'll be, like, still kind of bad, but I'd like that. Scout, like, spies across the map just jumping. I don't know about that. But anyway, 6s. What's the only RNG weapon? It's like the pistol. Thinking about it, the demo, his pipes go the same place, his stickies go the same place, melees never change, rocket launcher, shotgun the same, scattergun the same, pistol, RNG. Is that it? Yeah, they did nothing with the Diamondback either. Oh god, I might have to use the Diamondback!
Remember, it's not exhaustive. Nothing with demo on this list.
No, but they might work on that in the future.
Of course, nothing with Pyro, because they're saving that for the
Pyro's
update.
The update.
But
CSGO speed,
yeah.
I don't know what they've done to CSGO, I haven't played it in like 2 years. But like, as it is... What are you reading? These are the patch notes. The game probably still says PUBG. I should change that. Team Fortress 2 patch notes. I should have changed that ages ago.
Wait, Woolen, do you want to go on like a farewell tour with the ambassador?
Yeah,
and a bunch of casuals tonight or
Let's
something?
go play some casuals before I have to quit the game. Or use the Diamondback, which has a way lower skill ceiling, but does the same thing. I just never used it because
I know, isn't that fascinating?
It wasn't as fun. The Ambi was fun. You had to practice.
Hold on though, I'm gonna get a soda.
Get a soda, yeah. I don't know. The Vitasaur change, sure, why not? Crossbow change, I changed the healing so it does less. The healing, changing the Ubercharge was good. You did need to change that, but like also the healing, come on. You ain't about to heal a soldier up the map for 110 or whatever. That feels like too much. Sapatelli sit in corner with C&D. Yeah, like with the Diamondback, when it was allowed, they allowed it for a little bit in ETF2L on a cup. I ran it. Every single time I found the combo, I would backstab the demo and then 2-shot the medic with body shots for free. And it happened every time I tried it. It was not difficult to backstab the demo and then get 102, 102, 102 on the medic. Like, the Diamondback's not fun to use, it just does what the Ambi does, but easier, so there's no satisfaction out of it. You sap an engineer's shit, you get 4 free crits. You could kill anything with that. You could drop a medic across the map if you get a full 6 crits and just hold down left click on him because the spread's small enough, you know? Miniguns, yes, that needed to be changed ages ago. That's fine. Gloves are running urgently, great. Less drain, more the drain again, so we get heavy jump maps, that's what I want. That's what I want to see. Whether or not that's what they were thinking about, I doubt it, but, you know. Eviction Notice, fine, why not? Make it like a solo version of the gloves where you regen slowly. Fists of Steel, yes, that's good. So you can't just sit on the cart with 450 perpetually. Engineer, yes, that's fine. You just basically take the same amount of metal. So what I might do is, like, start up Team Fortress 2, and then like play a pub with the weapon before I stop using it. I'm just gonna like get this in the corner. Where are we doing? TF2.